This episode is supported by Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Summer mocktail smoothies just hit the pool deck at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Try the Island Punch Smoothie, Mango Berry Cosmo Smoothie, or Watermelon Mojito Smoothie. Order in the app, online, or in cafe. You're on Tropic Time now.
Alison Rosen is your new best friend. Alison, with her good times never end. Alison Rosen, doing the wavy pencil dance again. Alison's your new best friend.
Hey everyone. Hi. Hello. Welcome to another exciting episode of Alison Rosen is Your New Best Friend. I am in my studio with my husband, Daniel. Hello.
Hello.
How goes it?
It goes well.
We just recorded a Patreon friend zone just for the Patreon people. So that's our paywalled content. That's our hot paywalled content. A listener sent in a gift that was comprised of a lot of little gifts, and we opened it up. It was something special. So we opened it up and we talked about it on the show, and it relates to something going on in Daniel's life and now in my life as well. So we shared that. And then we talked about some fears and apprehensions that Daniel has about an upcoming guest on the show, because he has a history with this person. That makes it sound pretty...
What could that mean?
It makes it sound pretty exciting, if you ask me. Patreon.com. Scandalous. Patreon.com. Scandivalis. It sounds like a place you go on a road trip. Like, let's go to Scandivalis.
Ooh.
Really? I don't know. Patreon.com/Alison Rosen. Do an annual subscription and then you get 2 months free. And while I'm plugging away, AlisonRosen.substack.com. Guys, my Substack is blowing up. I now have a badge that indicates bestseller status, and I have become insufferable ever since then. And it's not like you have to hit a certain number of paid subscribers to get that. And so it's not like it could all go away tomorrow, but it's not like I'm won over it. It's like I'm safely in the bestseller zone. So they can't take that away from me, or maybe they can, but I'm just saying. And, and it's all because I stopped writing about stuff that was deeply personal to me and started writing about my experience on the Adam Carolla show. And that's okay. Because as I was explaining to my therapist today, because she was saying people love nostalgia. And I was saying, yes, like if one of the stars of... Why are you giving me a weird look?
No, I'm agreeing.
Look, people loved that show. I love Facts of Life. If one of the Facts of Life cast members was writing about her experience on the Facts of Life, I would read it
there you go.
More than I would like her finding out she was Jewish. Who cares?
I know, no one
So, I mean, some people do. The real ones do. Yeah. But I'm just saying, I know what I was saying. She was saying like people love nostalgia. And yes. And I was saying that I am loving writing about it. I think it took time. I don't know if I could have done it right. I couldn't have done it right after. But there's something about going back to this period of time and remembering the good times and remembering specific episodes and funny things that happen with different guests. That's actually very fun for me.
One of the things about nostalgia... Sorry, are you done with your...
I'm done with everything. You can. I'm going to leave the room now.
So there's like some Instagram accounts that I follow that are, 80s
I love them
nostalgia.
too. Yeah.
And on the one hand, it's like, I don't want to be like, I don't want to be like a boomer fucking fetishizing the 50s or something,
Right.
But I was thinking about it. So many of these accounts will show things that simply don't exist in our modern world anymore. Yes, there is the like that feeling you get remembering how things were when you were a child. Mm-hmm. And the world was very different in the 80s. And it wasn't just different like the character was different. Culture was different, of course. But like the tools, the things in our lives were all different. And it's wild to see things you hadn't thought about
Yes.
in a while, and to see like, oh yeah, you know, like, right, I had one of those, and that was a huge part of my life, that thing, or that Discman, or that, you know, Swatch phone, or whatever. And there's something kind of, I don't know, it just tickles a part of your brain.
Yeah,
you know,
it does. It's like mental ASMR.
It really is. It really is. So I don't know. Maybe it's just what happens when you get older. But I, you know, I'm trying to think. Like that probably happens. Things have accelerated so quickly since the late 19th century that there probably hasn't been a generation that hasn't. Experienced a lot of change in their life.
Another weird thing is I think a lot of stuff that we think of as 90s is actually 2000s. Like, someone could show me a magazine, and I would guess it's from the 90s.
80s, but yeah, go ahead.
Well, point taken.
No, you're right. No, you're right. But the
and probably stuff that you think is 80s is 90s.
95, yeah, a lot of things, exactly. Like, there's a lot of things that feel 80s, and you go, that was actually 1990.
Right.
But 95 through 2010, honestly, there's so many cultural things where I would not be able to tell you.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, when do you think YouTube started?
Like 2002 or 3.
2005.
What?
Yeah. It's just like, what? Wait a minute. So these things that I remember from before 2005 were before YouTube existed?
Wait, tell me.
What were we doing before YouTube? You know?
2005. That's crazy. Wow, I was on there really early. I was on YouTube right away.
You were on Ustream.
Well, I know, but
like you were doing shit like.
I wish you had a quiz of things and I could tell you the year. Ask me other things. Do you know anything else?
Well, I don't know anything off the top of my head.
God damn it, Daniel.
I only know that because I heard it today.
Should we listen to a call?
Of course.
So we got a lot of voicemails.
Love me some calls.
This one, you know, it's Google voicemail, so it does does the transcription for you, and I cannot make heads or tails of what this is.
Fun.
Should we listen to it and just discover if it's as crazy as the transcript, or should I read the transcript to you? We should just listen.
Hi, Alison and Daniel. It's Rich from New Jersey again. Now that this, appears, I appear to be addicted to responding to your podcast via a voicemail. So I don't know how great that is for any of us, but we're going to keep going. In response to your what kind of superpower do you think is the best superpower, I chose something practical, and I would like the agility and speed and technique of peak Jackie Chan. You know, like when you see him in a movie and there's like he walks up to a locked gate and he just like kind of touches his feet on 3 places on the gate and the wall and he's over. Yeah, that's the kind of thing I'm looking for. That would be great. You know, like, you know, jump off of a second floor balcony, just to entertain your friends kind of thing. But I really like some invulnerability to go with that, how they think about it. But anyhow, quick koala story. We were talking about koalas at work one day and, how they were cute and whatnot. And I said, it's a shame that they all have syphilis. And my friend turned to me from where he was working and said, it's chlamydia, Rich. They're not whores. So I thought you guys might get a kick out of that. Anyway, Rich from New Jersey, take it easy. Bye.
Thanks, Rich. So the superpower he would like is agility, like Jackie Chan style ninja agility.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
I feel like it's impressive, but I don't know if it would really come in handy.
I feel like, though, if you're going to do that, you might as well go for Spider-Man type powers, you know, because then you could scale walls and you could jump off buildings and shoot webs. Like, go for the whole package.
Right. I feel like you're selling yourself short.
Like, you want it to be superhuman. Mm-hmm. Jackie Chan is human.
Right.
But I get you. That's cool.
Should we listen to another one?
Sure.
Hi, Alison and Daniel. This is Tuesday calling from St. Paul, Minnesota. I'm listening to you guys right now as I feed my newborn 11-week-old twin girls.
Oh my God.
And today they go to daycare for the first time, and I'm feeling really weird, like so happy to not have to constantly be holding one or both crying babies at the same time, and I can't wait to like be my own person actually and do whatever I want. But I'm also obviously nervous about sending them off to strangers. And I keep having weird dreams about like bad daycare situations or me just leaving the babies home alone and just going off and doing my own thing. So it kind of freaks me out. But anyway, I just listened to your newest episode when Owen says something like, "Don't end the show." And it was so funny and cute, and it just made me excited for when my babies get a little bit older and have their own funny little personalities. Your kids are just so cute. So just wanted to tell you guys that. Also, I really like potato salad, but I don't get a chance to eat it often. So you're making me want to buy it or make it. So I might just go do that today. Anyway, love the pod. This is Tuesday from St. Paul. Bye.
Tuesday. It sounds like Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah. Tuesday. Thank you so much for calling in. Twin 11-week-old babies. Wow. That sounds very intense. I feel like all your concerns about...
Wait, 11 weeks? And
That's what
she's
she
about
said.
to do daycare?
Yeah, because, well, I don't know what her reasons are, but I think that maternity leave is like 3
That's
months,
wild to
12
me.
weeks.
It's so crazy to think that we expect women to go back
Right.
to work so quickly. Like that, I don't know. We have friends that did daycare, you know,
Yeah.
and their kids would be in daycare all day, you know, 8-hour day. I can't imagine it. I mean, you have to do it. I think I was in daycare when I was young, but like, I don't know.
But
It's a
also
lot.
she's talking about being able to be her own person again and not having to always be holding a
No, I
baby.
get it.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's...
I don't know what her circumstances are, but you know, I hope it goes well for you.
Well, so this was a couple weeks ago, so it's already underway, and I
Yeah.
bet it's going well.
I mean, I'm sure it is. It almost always
does, yeah.
Yeah, they filled our heads with these like little random situations, and now we feel like scared to do anything. But it's like, you know,
You're not helping. I actually don't even know what you're talking about.
well, I mean, I'm thinking about like the back in like the 80s.
Oh, that was all bullshit, though. McMartin?
That was, but I have a friend.
Oh my God! I feel like whatever you're going to say is not going to help, and we shouldn't share.
Well, this
it.
was like late 70s.
Okay,
shit.
all right.
This isn't no. Whose sister? I should tell this story. Let's just say like
whatever story Daniel's about to tell is something I've never heard.
yeah. Well, let's just say like it's a story that. So her sister was at a very young age. She claims was abused in a daycare by some Satan worshiper types.
Is this
in
the Teal
New
Swan
Jersey.
story?
No, this was
Wait.
like late 70s, and I always was like, "That's
This sounds like bullshit.
this was all disproven." But her sister ended up having serious like was really fucked up by it and ended up like hospitalized, and so I
Okay,
don't
but
know.
also, and I'm not trying to not believe victims or anything. However, I am trying to save the sanity of our caller.
I'm so
who
sorry.
You're not helping.
Tuesday, that you're fine.
Let
This
me
doesn't-
hear. Can I say something? Someone who's troubled and ends up hospital. Listen, someone whose connection with reality is so muddled that they're troubled and they end up in an institution is the kind of person who would claim
So
that they were
my-
abused by someone satanic.
My feeling. So the person
There, in truth, there was satanic panic was a thing.
it's been proven that was all bullshit.
Yeah.
Right. And that we've learned a lot about how you can lead witnesses, and especially children can be unreliable in that sort of situation. So, okay, knowing that, the person who I'm talking about who swears this happened is someone who is extremely credible and is a lawyer. However,
She claims it happened to her sister.
yes.
Do I know who this person is?
Yes.
Does her name have 3 syllables?
Yes.
I don't think so.
That you don't think it has 3 syllables?
I don't think it has 3 syllables. I don't think it happened. I don't know.
Then maybe you're not thinking of the same person.
Okay.
Anyway, whatever. I
Pants on Fire. That's her name. Pants on Fire? Liar, liar, pants on fire. I'm making
What are
a
you talking
joke.
about?
Jesus Christ. Go on.
Is that like a rhyme? Are you doing
liar, liar, pants on fire. Have you not heard anyone say that?
Yes.
When someone lies, you say liar, liar, pants on
I
fire.
don't think she's lying.
So
I
my
think she's
joke.
believing her sister.
Okay.
I think she's believing her sister, but I think that her sister might have schizophrenia. And like you said, unreliable narrator.
Right.
So all this is to say, you're fine. You're totally fine. Take care. But she made another point, which is something I actually was thinking about earlier today. I was watching Elliot. He got back from his little summer camp.
Mm-hmm.
He's taking like an art summer camp. And he was talking about something. And I was just watching him and his personality and just thinking like how incredible he is. Like that this guy, 8 years ago didn't even exist. And here he is, a full personality, who's hilarious. He's smart, talented, whatever, but he's like, he cracks me up. He does little bits.
Yeah.
Like, it's just miraculous. You just end up just constantly dazzled by these kids as they get older.
I remember when Elliot was talking and Owen was not yet talking. I remember thinking like, I can't believe there's going to be two of them talking at some point. Like this
and
little
now we
baby.
cannot get Owen to shut the fuck up.
They're both pretty talkative now. Owen can be loud at times. Yeah, it's pretty fun. You have a lot of fun days
It's
ahead
hard.
of you.
It's hard.
It's hard and fun.
But it's...
I feel like twins would be hard and even a level harder.
Except that you get through it quicker. If you wanted 2 kids, it's like, it's all over.
Yeah. Well, who knows if she might have more kids.
Well, that's why I said if. I couldn't do twins. I can barely do what we have.
That's true.
It's a lot. Anyway, did you have any other thoughts?
Yeah. I've started a potato salad movement. And
this is
like a lot
the
of
most exciting
religious
thing that's happened to you in years.
Like a lot of religious movements. I feel like this is kind of a theme of Jesus Christ Superstar.
But you want to know something? Potatoes au gratin are probably better than potato salad. So
I was in the middle of talking.
So you can sit here and you can ramble on, and I'll let you ramble in a second about potato salad. But just everyone keep in mind, it's not that... It's fine. Well, this is Alison's show.
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
Potato salad's fine, is what I'm saying. It's fine.
Would you pipe down?
The best potato salad is like, yeah, that's... Sure. That's the best you can get with potato salad.
Don't you want to know how I feel about the movement that I've birthed? Because I was beginning to offer a salvo from the eye of the potato salad storm, and then you had to come shit on me, and now I don't feel like talking about it anymore.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, fine, if you insist. So I have started a movement, okay? Don't look at your watch. A lot of people are now eating potato salad because of me, okay? They are texting me photos. They're texting me updates.
Well, we are in potato salad season. I mean, if you're going to do it,
shut
now's the time.
Your mouth. I
4th
am
of July,
talking about...
right?
That's not the point.
I'm just crediting
Because I'm
4th of
hearing,
July.
I'm getting a lot. I know you're trying to credit everyone but me. I'm getting a lot of feedback from people that are saying, you're making me want to eat potato salad. I don't normally eat potato salad, but now I'm eating it. You're making me crave it, etc. Okay? So I was feeling a little bit unsettled over the fact
I was trying to be stealthy.
I thought you were giving me a cue to hush up because your work is calling.
I got a work email, and I just want to make sure it's not urgent.
Christ. Well, let's just wait and find out. Do.
Okay, go ahead.
So anyway, I didn't know what to do. I mean, this is like the horse has left the barn, and I was like, I am not craving potato salad anymore. What if I've reached the end of my potato?
Is that true?
Well, I told you this story has stakes, pathos. It's got it all. It's not the end. It's got a twist middle.
Yeah.
So I thought, what am I going to do? what am I going to do?
Yeah. What are you going to do?
Like if Jesus is like, but I'm just a man.
He's like, I'm not into God anymore.
He's like, I'm just one man. Or maybe that was someone else who said it to him. I don't know. But, it's bigger than me is what I'm trying to say. It's like, I can't, and I don't want to tell people because then they'll be like, but I have a gallon of potato salad in my refrigerator because of you. Mm-hmm. So anyway, I was feeling like, am I an imposter?
Right.
Am I a false idol?
A little bit.
So I was hungry before the show though. And you bought 2 pounds of the kind of potato salad I like from Walmart. Thank you.
Yes.
No, sorry, 4 pounds.
Okay, good.
You bought 4 pounds of it because there's 2 32-ounce each tubs. And so I had some spoonfuls. Like I had some spoonfuls and I was like, yep, it still slaps. It still hits the spot because I strayed because
you went to other types. Because I was like, if deviled egg potato salad from Walmart is so good, maybe there are other potato salads that I haven't messed with are also good. So I got the Redskin one, thumbs down. Original, it's kind of okay. And then from Aldi, I got the steakhouse potato salad. That was actually, it did. And we try not to eat pork because pigs are so smart and cute. But it was actually pretty good. So, but for some reason, I lost my deviled egg taste. But I'm back, baby. That's great.
Should I write a musical about it?
We had really good potato salad recently. You remember?
Oh my God!
At that party,
I took a picture of it. I wanted to be alone with it. We should
find out where she got that.
It was the place that held the party did the catering.
Oh really?
Yeah, they provided all the food. I know. I assumed it was like some swanky something or other.
Wasn't it like an apartment complex?
Yeah,
but they have like
I don't know. I guess so because this
party was ridiculous.
It had Dijon mustard in it. And it had Greek olives, I think.
It was really good.
It was like a niçoise potato salad or something.
It was like this was potato salad where you're like, okay, potato salad can be pretty good.
Wow.
Usually isn't. Usually it's fine.
Here we go.
Hey, Alison and Danielle. My name is Serena. I'm a long-time listener, really long-time listener. Anyway, Alison, I had a question for you. I lost my dad in March, and I know you're approaching a year where you also lost your dad. Any advice? Anything you would do different? Let us know. My name is Serena, by the way. Thanks, Alison. Bye.
Serena, I'm so sorry. It's so hard. Yeah, it's crazy that I'm approaching a year. Yeah. It was July 12th.
It feels like a year, but I don't know.
It does and it doesn't. Exactly. I think I am not... The thing about the year mark that makes me feel like, ugh, is I just feel like, oh, I should be over it. Like, I feel like society gives you like a year and then you should just be over and done with it. And that's just not really how it is. So...
I don't know.
That's the concern. That's the concern with, and then also just the feeling of like, my dad never, knew 2024. He never knew me at like all the anniversaries that happen. It just marks time. Excuse me. Hang on. That has occurred where that person wasn't there. So I'm trying to think if there's anything I would do differently, or any advice. I mean, I have a folder on my phone called Dad Pics where I did this sort of shortly after he died, where I just grabbed a lot of photos of him from over the years and I put them in this folder. I have a document in my note or a note in my notes app where I just wrote down memories as they came to me. And I still do that. I haven't in a while. Things that I'm worried I might forget. I know that I'm worried that I will forget the way it sounded when he would say, "Hi, Allie." Let me see if I can still conjure it. It's still in there. And I've heard it so many times. I can't imagine I would ever actually forget that, but I'm worried that that'll like slip away. anything.
It's
I don't
still
know.
weird that he's gone.
It's really weird.
Like, I still expect him to be there when we go down.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I know. And it's weird going into my mom and dad's bedroom because like all his toiletries are still hit the sink.
Oh, she's left him there.
She's little by little, her stuff is taking over where his stuff was.
You don't even wait for me to die. Like, we have 2 sinks and my stuff, your stuff just pushes into my space all. It's like you're just dying for me to kick it.
I don't want you to die. I want you to use a different bathroom.
You want me to like have no presence. You want me to be here like alive.
I love you so much, but I find your presence in the bathroom to be oftentimes in my way.
That's so annoying.
Oh yeah, I know what you're gonna say. Tell me.
When I'm in there,
yeah,
you'll say, "Can I use the bathroom when you're done?"
Yeah.
Instead of saying, "I need to use the bathroom. Are you going to be long? Or can you get out? I need to use the bathroom." You say, "Can I use it when you're done?"
How fucking annoying. That's heavy sarcasm. I feel like I'm being polite.
Can I use the bathroom when you're done?
Yeah.
Is an insane question to ask. It's insane. Like, yes. I mean, why would I bar you from our bathroom? Like, what?
I would like to bar you.
Would the answer be no?
I want to bar you from our bathroom. If you said, "Can I use it when you're done?"
What you're betraying is your desire to bar me from the bathroom.
If you said, "Can I use it when you're done?" I would like to say, "Do you have to?"
I will not be banished to a second-rate bathroom.
I know. You announced that when we first moved.
This bathroom is a good bathroom. I'm using it.
You announced...
God's sake.
You announced that when we moved in. Because in our old place, we had 2 bathrooms. And I got
Can I tell you one of the reasons why it's impossible for me to be banished?
Because our kids have taken over the other ones?
No.
Okay, why?
Because the toilet in the bathroom that I would use is far from the door.
Oh yeah.
We have a dog that must be near me, and if I go in there to use the bathroom and she's like napping in the other room, she will at some point wake up, look around, realize, and come over and scratch at the door.
Yeah, it's true.
And I am not getting up mid-2 and fucking waddling over to the door to open it, and it's not happening. So I need to be right there next to the door. The toilet's right next to the door.
So what if we fashion some kind of
no compromise,
lengthy door opener?
Rule.
What if we made like a yardstick connected to a cup? What's the other reason?
I like the other bathroom better.
Even with me asking if I can use it when you're done?
It sure is annoying, but it's still worth it.
Sorry, what is it that you think I should say?
Just say, "Hey, I need to use the bathroom."
To me, that is more of a rushing, like more of a statement that rushes you along.
How does the other not?
So I was thinking about this while I was lying on the bed, holding my bladder, waiting for you to leave because I really needed to pee. By the way,
you are capable of using the other bathrooms too.
I don't like them.
Why? What the fuck? Why do I have to?
Because you are a boy.
This is ridiculous.
The other bathroom has Elliot's toilet potty seat on it, and then I got to pick it up and move it.
Same.
But no.
Yes, I do. I don't sit on his toilet seat. What do you think?
But I have to sit down every time I go to the bathroom. You only sit down half the time. Or at least less than that even.
Well, I'll go into the other bathroom to go number 1 all the time.
Okay. So anyway, I was lying on the bed in pain, needing to use the bathroom. And I said, "Can I use it when you're done?" And you said yes. And then I thought about how you, I think, would prefer if I were to say, "I need to use hey, I need to use the bathroom." Right? That's what you want me to say?
Don't go, "Hey, I need to use the bathroom," like an asshole. Just say, "I need to use the bathroom. Are you going to be long?" Or something like that.
I need to use the bathroom. Are you going to be long?
Well, because if I just sat down and it's going to be a while, then you can make arrangements. But
when I say, "Can I use it when you're done?" then you can let me know. You always say, "I'll just be a minute or 2 longer."
Because I know what you're really asking me.
So anyway,
that's the problem. You just ask me the question you're asking. Don't ask
So
another
then-
question. Expect me to fucking divine it.
So then I imagined saying, I thought about how you would like me to say it this other way, but it doesn't feel natural to me.
So you'd rather ask an insane question.
Hang on. And I thought about saying to you the thing that you say to me that I don't like when you say it to me, which is, you don't mind if I keep saying it this way, do you?
What?
Well, you say to me like, you don't mind if I da-da-da-da, do you? And I'm always like, that. When you phrase it that way, it doesn't leave room for me to answer honestly.
I do that?
100% of the time.
Like, give me an example.
Well, you don't mind if I just mess around and do art right now, do you?
Oh.
Well, it's always stuff like that, though. You don't
mind
mind.
if I go exercise.
Yeah. You don't mind if I take a nap, do you? You don't mind if I do this, do you? You don't mind if I do this. And then it makes me a jerk if I say, actually, that's not what the plan was right now.
But you wouldn't be. When I asked that, if I said, hey...
Well, it feels coercive. It feels like you're trying to...
So what's a better way to ask?
Would you mind if?
Okay, so... Oh, I see. Okay, sure.
So I was like, what if I said to you, you don't mind if I continue to say it this way, do you?
Well, look, you can continue to take an axe to the tree of our relationship if you want to. But I'm just telling you.
Well, it's like how we have had to come up with new language for checking in with the other one to
Right.
because you and I both are very sensitive to the other one's mood.
Yeah.
And you'll say, like everything, or in the past, you would say like, everything okay? Or, what's wrong?
Yeah, what's wrong with your fucking ass?
What's wrong? When really, I think what you're asking is, are you mad at me?
Not always. I mean, yes.
But there's something that you're asking that
like
you're...
something's up. I can see that something's up. What is it? You got a sour puss on. To wipe that shit off your face.
So it is an aggressive question when you say what's wrong?
I'm saying it that way now.
Right. So and I have, remember I wrote you a whole script of how to say it. Then we just started saying checking in.
Checking in is the better way.
Yeah.
Just say, hey, checking in.
Because we go to couples counseling, and that's what she recommended. So,
but not because we're just trying to sharpen our tools.
That's right.
Our axes.
Yeah. And I was thinking how what I suggested you say doesn't feel natural to you, but I still wanted you to say it. But here you want me to ask you a different thing for the bathroom, and I really am sticking with my version of it.
If for some crazy reason you have to say it that way, you can continue to say it that way. I just think, why not just say straight up, just, hey, I need to use the potty. Like, what? How long are you going to be?
Okay, I'll try that.
You don't have to be a jerk about it, but just ask the question. It always hits my ears weird. Like, why are you asking that?
Well, I hate things
because
that are
I'm
indirect.
more literal, and so it's like you're asking me if you can use the bathroom. Like, yes, you can use the fucking bathroom when I'm done. Yes, I give you permission to use our bathroom.
I guess when I say, can I get in there when you're done, what I'm really trying to say is, I need to get in there. Can you be done?
Right. So then say that. Like, or you're saying, like, when you're done, are you planning to, like, camp out in there for a while?
Well, you do that too.
Rarely.
I never know.
I'm never like, I'm done going to the bathroom and then I'm just hanging out.
That's it. I always assume all wives think all husbands are.
Just like, if I stay in here, I mean, You know
that the kids' impression of you, if they're being you, is, oh, I got to go to the potty.
Which is insane because you go to the potty as much or more than I do.
Yes, possibly true.
The reason that's the case is because every time I go to the bathroom, that's when they decide they need something from me. So they just come into the bathroom. They just barge in.
I guess so.
Anyway,
do we have any advice for Serena about, like, yeah, I don't know. I would say do those lists, pictures. I do have one little tidbit that helped me a ton. I might have talked about it, or I might have just written about it. But on my desk, I have a framed photo of my dad. It was his medical school. Like, you know how they take, your senior photos and your this photos and your this. Apparently they did this in medical school. I had never seen these pictures until after he died. My mom had a folder that had these like black and white pictures of him, his little medical school picture. I don't know if they took them every year, but I asked for one and I have it framed on my desk. And it brings me comfort and happiness to see it. And I feel like he's near me. But I feel like if I had a photo of him looking like he did when near the end, or even when I knew him, it would be too poignant. Like it would be too much, too laden with emotion. Somehow having a photo of him from prime. Before younger even, like before I knew, I guess this is prime, but before I knew him, it's like, it's my dad, but he looks like a different person a little bit. I don't know. So I don't know where you are with photos, but just, I recommend like a photo of your parent when they were young. If you want to have a photo near them, that's a good way to do it without it being like a punch in the heart every time.
Did you want to go over the summer plans?
Oh, yes. So I had said on Patreon that on this episode, we were going to talk about something that we are doing this summer, which I have kept a tight lid on, but I'm ready to de-lid it. I'm ready to open up the pot and share the pasta.
Uncork it.
Well, is it a bottle or is it a pot?
It's a pasta bottle.
It's
carbonated. It's an carbonated pasta bottle. You uncork a pasta bottle, honey.
I was saving that bottle of pasta for a special occasion.
Well,
what does it sound like when it pours? I want to talk to you guys quickly about my friends over at BetterHelp. Alison Rosen is your best friend is sponsored by BetterHelp. I don't know how social media is for you guys, but I find that it begins to make me compare myself to others and compare my accomplishments and compare my social life and all that stuff. And comparison is the thief of joy, and it is easy to envy other people's lives. It might look like they have it all together on Instagram, but in reality, they probably don't. Therapy can help you focus on what you want instead of what others have, so you can start living your best life. Unless what you want is what others have. I'm just kidding. Or am I? It's complicated, really. And complication is something that can be talked about in therapy. I have to tell you guys, so usually I know what I want to talk about before I go into therapy. Things will sort of accrue during the week. Sometimes I write them down in my notes app. But then there are certain times where I think, I'm actually feeling okay. What am I going to talk about this week? And weirdly, oftentimes, those are some of the strongest sessions, some of the best sessions, I think, when I just sort of am open to the process. I mean, I'm open to the process always, but when I just kind of let whatever is there come up. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Stop comparing and start focusing with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/bestfriend today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, BetterHelp.com/bestfriend. I also want to talk to you guys about this. Alison Rosen is your new best friend is supported by Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Tropical Smoothie Cafe believes you deserve a little vacay every day. Vacay is short for vacation, by the way. Not just once a year. Get on Tropic Time with bright and refreshing smoothies, tropic bowls, wraps, and flatbreads from Tropical Smoothie Cafe. I had a listener of the show said to me recently, they were so excited that Tropical Smoothie Cafe has delicious food too. I think I've been hitting the smoothie angle so hard, but you guys, it's more than just, it's smoothies and it's bowls and it's wraps and it's flatbreads and it's a little vacay every day. Summer mocktail smoothies are back and more refreshing than ever and only here for a limited time. Head in and try fan favorite Island Punch, Mango Berry Cosmo, or Watermelon Mojito today. I love Island Punch because it has guava in it, but they're all so good. They're bright. They're refreshing. They're thirst quenching. They're exciting because it makes you feel like I'm just having a little tropical vacation today. Join Tropical Smoothie Cafe for a pineapple, mango, and watermelon soiree all summer long. Visit one of Tropical Smoothie Cafe's 1,400 plus locations or order online or through their app. Okay. So anyway, we're going to Japan. I don't know whether to pack my robe or not because I'm going to want my robe.
Well, they have robes.
I know I'm going to want my robe because it's my third child. Mm-hmm. But robes are where Tony, no robe, wears a robe. Nope. Japan is where Tony, no robe, wears a robe, which makes me think there's robes everywhere. It's
a very robe-friendly culture.
Yeah, I know. So maybe I don't need to bring it. I mean, talk about living on the edge. So anyway, we're doing something insane. And I feel like people might have judgments. And you can take your judgments and you can stick them in your pasta bottle and then put a cork on it. I actually feel like nice people who are listening are not going to have judgments. I feel like
people
haters
who know our history and aren't dick bags will understand.
People who want to pick apart everything I do might have an issue with it, but I don't care. So we are,
i.e. Corolla fans. Corolla fans might have an issue with it, but who gives a fuck? Mm-hmm.
We are taking our dog Wendy there to get surgery.
To sightsee.
She loves Japan.
She's been talking about that Fuji.
Exactly. And she said, take me to Japan. Let me see it before I die. She does it with her eyes.
She looks at us and she's like, and you go, Japan?
Yeah. And then she's like, oh.
And then she cocks her head and you go, that's quite a trip, Wendy.
Having traveled with her when she was young, I can safely say the only reason I would ever travel with her again.
It's extraordinarily stressful.
The only reason I would ever travel with her again is to save her life. So she has mitral valve disease, which is fairly common.
She is essentially in heart failure.
She's right on the brink of being in heart failure, but about a year ago, they predicted that she would be in heart failure in 6 to 12 months, and that was last summer. So then she would go into heart failure, and then it's a matter of months to maybe a year or something. It depends, but it's like it can be pretty rough. But there's this clinic in Japan that does this surgery, mitral valve repair surgery, which has a really high success rate. And basically, if all goes right, it means that your animal, your dog, won't die of heart disease. So she could live like a normal life where it's not her heart that kills her. And otherwise we would be losing her like pretty soon. So as soon as I heard about it, my first thought was like, that's too good to be true. That's insane. And I started doing research. There's people in America who've done it. There's a clinic in Japan, a clinic in England, and then they're starting to do it at University of Florida. Given the choice between Japan, England, and Florida, well, England, given the choice between, like, do I feel best?
It's not even just that, though. It's Japan. Yes, Japan.
They've been doing it. They pioneered
the best success rate. So there's two factors. Also,
there's also all sorts of really sad stories lately coming out of the clinic in UK. Like, I don't know what's going on there, but there's been a lot of not successful surgeries. And then Florida has only just started, but I'm just saying, no offense, but it's Florida. So I would rather go to Japan, where the guy who invented this and pioneered it is.
Well, but yeah, good.
But also, so I thought this is crazy.
But it's also way cheaper
in Japan. Yeah,
right now, many people are catching on to this. The yen is very weak to the dollar. Like it has always been throughout my life, the opposite. When I was in Japan and when I was like 13, everything was twice as much.
Right.
It was so expensive.
It's like less than half now.
But now it's the opposite. And that means that you're spending half as much for everything. The trip is not cheap per se, but it's not nearly what you would think a trip like this would
Right.
be. All the expenses there, food, everything is really, really cheap.
Yeah. I talked to another woman who is there, like having surgery at this clinic, like a couple weeks ahead of ours. And she's there with her children because she's like, I'm crazy. I'm like, no, I'm crazy. We're both crazy. But she said that brunch was $35 for the whole family.
It's wild how cheap everything is. My reaction, because Alison's been driving this train and this Shinkansen, this bullet train. I was just like, okay, go ahead and investigate this, but it just seems like crazy. Like
for the longest time, it was like, maybe, could we, maybe. And then, we have a cardiologist that we take Wendy to. And I brought it up to her thinking she would be like, yeah, that's not a thing.
Right.
And
what are you, Leona Helmsley?
No. And she was like, yes, I have several patients who've gone there.
We, first of all, losing our last dog was
right.
You
they know.
Can't understand how traumatic.
They know.
They know, but it's truly it truly
we're
was.
doing this to delay grief, honestly, is why we're doing it.
We're just not ready. Can we afford it? I don't know. Probably not. But we're going to, whatever. It's like, we're just kind of putting our head down and doing it.
We were able to get the flights with Miles.
But also, we're paying, we're being very creative. But what pushed me over the edge in terms of saying yes was like, this is going to be a great adventure for the boys. Now, Owen may not remember very much of it, probably won't. Elliot may not remember much of it, but just the idea of going to Japan for a few weeks and just experiencing this other culture. I love Japan. I was there, like I said, I was there when I was a teenager, loved it. And so it'll be exciting to sort of do that. We're going to record shows there.
Yes.
And try to get as much content out of this as we can because we're basically Gen Z. And just have fun with everything surrounding this surgery that's kind of scary.
Really scary.
At the heart of it. So
it's kind of no pun at the heart of it because it's her heart. They put her on bypass.
I mean, it's wild. I keep looking at her and going, you have no idea that in a month you're going to be getting open heart surgery.
I know. I know. And then just the fear of not what if it doesn't work, but like what if she dies during surgery, which I don't think. I asked our cardiologist, has that ever happened? Like one of her patients, and she said no. So I really feel we're in good hands, but just if that happened, I will be beating myself. Well, but just this like, oh my God, like, well, it would be, we just caused this to happen, but it was going to happen regardless.
She's going to die within the year anyway. So
not within the calendar year.
No, within the
a year
next year,
yeah,
next 12 months. So
right, if we don't,
so it's like a risk in order to
get like potentially she could live to. She's 10 now, but potentially she could live to 15 or something or 16.
Who knows?
Yeah, it's a crazy.
I'm trying to focus on the fact that like we're doing it for Wendy, of course, but really like we're doing it for the adventure,
right?
And the boys, so that if some horrible outcome, it wasn't like a mistake. Like it was still something worth doing.
Yeah. I hope we're not in that position of trying to tell ourselves that.
I would like to put the word out to anyone who has spent time in Tokyo or the surrounding areas, because there's so many surrounding areas, cities. Suggestions, restaurants, places to go, cool things to do with children, advice. We're doing our own research, but there's nothing like people who've been there and can steer you around, find the hidden gems. Because
But I also want to say something because I don't like to keep secrets from my listeners. And I feel like people might be like, we know Daniel was taking Japan. Why didn't you tell?
I was taking
Japan. Japanese. Why didn't you tell us? And so I just want to explain. We didn't know whether she was going to be approved for surgery or not. It is a whole process to be able to take a dog to Japan and for this clinic to say, like, they need to see all this imaging and they have to talk to your cardiologist, and it's a whole thing to be able to like be accepted into the program where they will do the surgery. So even though I announced that I was pregnant moments after I found out, when the babies were like 5 days old or whatever, I'm exaggerating, but I am suspicious. I am superstitious enough that I wanted to wait till it was all a go and to say anything. So anyway, here I am saying it.
Yeah. Also, I mean, I don't know if this was in your head, but like there was and continue to be people who are
horrible to me.
Horrible
yeah.
to you specifically about
Oliver.
When you lost your dog. They'll be like, she lost her dog. She wouldn't shut up about it. And it's just like that.
Which, by the way, is not fucking true.
It's
on the
not
Corolla
true
show. I talked about it on my
all.
show.
It's not
but I
fucking
barely
true at all.
talked about it on the Corolla
But
show.
it's also like that.
Protective.
On the one hand, it's like, oh, who cares? On the other hand, the avalanche of that kind of bullshit does affect you.
It does when it's something so
it's like using
sensitive,
your grief against you.
Right,
oh,
right.
Oh, you're weak somehow for grieving something so traumatic. And so there's a little bit like, I don't know how much I do want to talk about that. You know, what we're planning to do. I don't want to invite that judgment and have people like voice their fucking stupid ass opinions, you know?
I certainly don't. But the idea of going and not mentioning why we're there.
No, plus it's like I really want to have fun recording shows there because we're going to have some good snack chats and just there's going to be tons of stuff to talk about. It's going to be a lot of fun from a show perspective. So, of course, we're going to bring it up. I got to go relieve.
Yes. All right. Well, listen, everyone. Daniel had to go into the house. It's just you and me. But now I have to go into the house. So thank you so much for listening. You guys are the best. I'd like to remind you, patreon.com/Alison Rosen.
Patreon.
AlisonRosen.substack.com.
Substack.
Thank you so much for all of your support all over the place. Thank you for listening. I love you. You matter. Goodbye.
Hey, do you know about the Alison Rosen Show? We had a good time, but now we gotta go. Yeah, Alison